In this video, I'm going to tell you 7 steps that will help you go from apprentice to ownership in a residential service company. Apprentice to ownership, that's a long step. But if you do these steps right and think about things as you go, you can become a residential service company owner. Whether you own a plumbing, electrical, HVAC, roofing, landscaping, it does not matter. I call it apprenticeship, I call it journeyman, I call it owner, but there's a lot of steps along the way. And I'm going to give you little things to think about on each one that if you want to own your own business and do well, think about these things on the way. So as an apprentice, the first thing you want to remember is build a solid foundation. Now, what I mean by that is always keep the end in mind. If you think, look, I'm doing this because one day I want to own my own company, think about that right now and learn the basics very well. Because whatever trade it is, whatever skill it is you're trying to acquire to become a journeyman, a master, an owner, whatever it is, you need to learn along the way, and you need to learn it better than anybody else. The reason being, if you're a good owner, you can always look back and understand what every person is doing, where they're at with their mindset, what they should be thinking about. And you can help speed up that process because you're going to be the person who understands what they need to learn, what they need to do to grow. So when you start this as an apprentice, remember, always keep the end in mind. No, one day I'm going to own my company. And from that very moment, you start thinking about everybody you meet, what you're learning from them. Would you do it that way, or would you do it another way? Establish a strong work ethic from the very beginning. Show up early. Be happy, be excited, be ready to go. Have a positive attitude. Every single day, your attitude determines how you work, how you're perceived, and how other people just see you in general. Have that positive attitude and build that work ethic from the very beginning. Be the hardest worker. That way people see you that way. Along the way, you're trying to become the best tradesman you can be. The way to do that is start out by being the best apprentice. Learn what the tradesman is looking for. Learn to read the tradesman and understand what it is he needs next. Learn to learn. When you ask questions, listen, pay attention. That way you're not having to be told again how to do the exact same thing. And remember how you feel right now, because 10, 20 years from now, you're going to have somebody working for you, and you need to know how they feel. You need to know what problems they're facing. And that way, in the future, you can look back and you can reach out and help them. Now, number 2, become a knowledgeable journeyman. Become the best journeyman that you can be. Learn as much as you can through the process of growth. You can study, you can get outside information, you can get on the computer every day and learn more about your trade. Learn about new tools, new methods, new techniques, new materials. Is there anything you can learn that can help bring you more value to the people that you work for? Learn to be that kind of person, because this is something you'll be able to teach them later. A good thing for me was to learn construction management. You learn how to motivate people. You learn how to empower people. You learn a lot of things to help you run your jobs better. Whether it's a residential service job or a construction job, you're going to have people that either work with you, work for you, or that you're working for. And you need to learn how to manage all those relationships. Now, getting in and learning construction management now while you're working for someone else can help you, because you can practice honing your skills while you work for someone else. Can you manage people well? Can you help people grow in their career path? Because that's going to help you grow in yours. Make sure you understand all the plumbing codes or whatever trade you're in. Know your codes, know the labor laws. Make sure you're not doing anything that may come back and hurt the company that you work for. Understand the labor laws, understand the codes, and make sure that you do every job 100% to the best of your ability. And this, as a journeyman, is the opportune time to learn to train apprentices. Learn to train the apprentices that work with you. The reason being, you want them to be as good as you. You want them to follow your leadership. You want them to understand that by becoming a great apprentice, by becoming a great journeyman, they have the opportunity to bring more value to them. The more value you have, the more you're worth to the companies that you work for. Understand that and learn how to teach that to the people that work under you. Now, this is the great time to learn how to supervise and lead. Become a servant leader. Understand that the people that work for you, you lead them by helping them, by explaining to them, by communicating with them. But remember, these people are working for you, so you need to be doing things for them to help make their jobs easier. Are you getting them the tools, the materials, the knowledge, the information that they need? Because if you are, your numbers will look good. And by that, your numbers need to look good, and you need to know those numbers to succeed. You've got to be able to know how to look at numbers and understand, are your jobs making money? Are the things you're working on profitable, or are you going over on your hours, on your materials, on your time? What is it that you're going over on that's costing you money? And are you teaching your guys to work safely every day? What are your KPIs? Do you know your key performance indicators? Do you know what revenue you need to do daily, weekly, monthly? And are you meeting those? What is your close percentage? If you go out on a call, does it turn into a sale, or do you just go out on a call and then leave? You need to know your numbers, and you need to watch those numbers consistently. You need to know things before you start your own business. Have you ever heard of the E-myth, the entrepreneurial seizure? That's when you walk out as a good tradesman and you think, I'm the best plumber in town. I can open any business and make it profitable because I've made profit for other people. That is a myth. You've got to know things and know things about business in order to do well. Business is a business. And right now, as a tradesman, you may not understand everything you need to know to run a business and run it profitably. If you don't make money, you're not going to be very good at this. Do you understand everything about accounting, invoicing, legal? Man, it's a long list. There's a lot of things that you need to do and you need to learn to do before you ever start trying to open your own company. So number 5, in the beginning, design it for profit and growth. You've got to understand what your end game is. Remember, we talked about that back in number 1. Know what your end game is. So when you design your company, you're building it to get you to the goal that you want to reach. So what is your specialty? Is there something that you, as the tradesman that you are, can specialize in that maybe a lot of other companies don't do? Remember from the beginning, plan your work and work your plan. If you can do this, you're going to be successful. When you're reacting all the time, that's when it starts costing you money because you're not working your plan then, you're just reacting to somebody else's emergencies. But remember this, you've always got to be able to pivot.
Pivot! Pivot! Shut up! Okay, I don't think it's going to pivot anymore.
No matter how good your plan is, these emergencies are going to come up. Things are going to happen. Or opportunity may happen. And you need to ask yourself, is this opportunity going to help me get to my goal quicker or maybe to a different goal a little bit faster as long as it's as good as the one you were focusing on? But remember, always keep the basics intact. Always do things right, always train your people, and always keep moving forward. Number 6. Things you want to focus on and learn to do even before you own your own company. Learn how to network. Learn how to get out and talk with people about what you do. Learn social media. How can you amplify your voice, amplify your message by commenting, by posting, by explaining to people what you do and how you do it? What about video? Is video something you're good at or could be good at? Turning on a camera and showing people your work, the way you work, the things you do, there's nothing at all wrong with that. So networking is building your community. And you can do that by connecting with people, by commenting on people, by sharing the information and things that you do. Now people will see you and know what kind of professional you are. And when you're out doing this, when you're networking, connect with people socially. LinkedIn is a great way to grow your business. YouTube is a great way to put video information out. Social media like Facebook, Instagram, things like that, you can take pictures and make posts and let people see what it is you do and how you do it. This is all marketing, and learning how to do it is marketing to get yourself out there, get your information out there, and let people see what you do. And all this stuff is really free. Now, you may have to upgrade your phone a little bit, but all this is stuff that you can learn to do pretty much with what you have with you right now. And if you can do that, learn to network. Get on YouTube. Watch how to network, figure it out, get out and learn how to grow your business for free. Because in the beginning, you're not going to have much money, but you're going to have a lot of time. Now later, then you're going to have a lot of money, but you're not going to have much time if you learn to do all these things right. At the end of the day, you're trying to do one thing, and that's what this entire number 6 is about. Make your phone ring. I have laid awake in bed at night wondering what I can do to make my phone ring. Once I learned networking, social media, and video, my phone started blowing up. You can do the same, but start learning it now. Don't wait till you open your business and say, okay, now I've got to get good at all this. Start now. Learn to get out and do these things, learn to do them on a regular basis, and that can change your business. Now, you ready for the next part? Bam, number 7, ownership. Now you've got to where you want to be. Let me tell you 2 things right off the bat about number 7. Number 1, customers are your lifeline. Always remember the customer service that you should have already learned is going to last you forever. You need to always remember to take care of your customers. They are what your business is all about. If you're not taking care of them, you will have no business. The second thing is get ready to work harder than you've ever worked in your life. Everybody thinks that once you get to ownership, it's all peaches and cream. Just kick back, relax, don't worry about it. That's when you really start working. Now, one of my best friends who owns a plumbing company told me the day I started, get ready because you're going to work harder than you ever have. I thought he was crazy. I thought, man, you sit around the office all day. It's an easy gig. You make good money. Here's the thing. You're responsible for every person that works under you and everybody who they go out and work for. You're responsible to every customer you have and every employee you have. This is a hard job. That's why most owners come in early and stay late to make sure they get everything done right. But I will tell you this, don't build yourself a job. Make sure that what you're building is scalable. That way, like in eMyth, you're not just a technician every single day forever. Build something that we talked about a long time ago, remember? Planning on growth? Now's the time to start implementing that. Work that plan that we've been talking about all along. Once you get all this done and you're building your brand, remember, that brand represents every single thing that you do. What is your logo about? What is your motto? What is your creed? What is your vision statement? What is your mission? What are you trying to do? Because all that needs to come together. And that's what builds the brand. Do your employees understand that brand? Do your customers understand that brand? If you're making video and doing social, do those people understand your brand and what it means to you? And when it comes to hiring, you've got to think about your culture. You have to think about this every time you hire somebody and bring somebody on. Are they going to represent you and your company the way you want to be represented? Are they going to do the little details you did to get you to where you are? Because those people that you hire, you need to be able to count on them every single day to be that responsible person, to get things done the exact way you want them done. What is your culture? What is your brand? And if you've been building it all along, that should be easy for everyone to see. Life is beautiful. And if you do all these things right, you can have an amazing company that you'll see rewards from forever. You don't have to build yourself a job. You can build a company that will grow and do things right, whether you're there or not. And if you hire the right people and you do the right things, this will happen. If you're a company owner or you're thinking about being one, do me a favor and leave me a comment down below and let me know, did I miss something? Is there something in there that you think is really critical, or is there something you think, yeah, you know what, this really isn't required? Because the things I talked about, I think it takes all of them. Anyway, let me know what you think. I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the expert plumber. I'll see you in the next video if you don't get flushed.